Greetings, folks. This is a BlackWeasel, and this is my One Piece chapter viewing of chapter 893, the Charlotte's family 36th daughter, Flambe. Yeah, Flambe or Flambe. I'll go with Flambe. Anyways, the 36th daughter. That's right after Pudding, who is the 35th daughter, and that's the same girl that was laughing at the end of chapter 892. And for the cover art, we are dropping in on the lives on the Straw Hat Grand Pirate Fleet, Volume 25, the Leo arc. The caption says time for a ride on a pirate ship, the Uso Land. That's the name of the pirate ship, Uso Land. So now they are officially going somewhere. Yep. Now the scene starts off from the beginning, right after Luffy takes a strong ass attack from Dogtooth, and he is receiving lots of blood from being pierced by the trident. And Dogtooth asks, "What was that just now?" And Luffy lets out a terrible scream like "Ah!" And Flambe's looking on. Yeah, wow, this is just so messed up. Like Flambe and the ships all laughing at Luffy's pain. Like other people are watching this. And Luffy closes his eyes, and Dogtooth says, "Allowing your foot slip from the floor." And Luffy is getting ready to block an attack, and Dogtooth kicks the shit out of him, and Luffy gets sent flying by Dogtooth. And Flambe continue to look on and continues to laugh at Kia ha ha. And the scene, and there's a flashback as she starts thinking, and then Flambe says, "Brother, the truth is back then." And Dogtooth says, "Sheesh, you're an understanding and bright one, aren't you?" And Flambe said, "Hee." And Dogtooth whips out his trident. It's really spiky, like. And then Dogtooth says, "A battle is decided by a mere moment slip up." Yep, that's true. I used to slip up all the time when I play certain video games, like Bloodborne, like. And as Luffy continues to dodge the attack, there's a peerless donut that forms up to the right of him. And Dogtooth says, "Why do you let your guard down like that?" Well, I think he wants to try peek into the future. And Dogtooth uses Strength Muchi and punches the crap out of Luffy. Oh, I think Luffy dodges that, and Flambe looks on and starts laughing. And Dogtooth uses the move called Muchi Slinging Pouch. So this move, Dogtooth uses a bunch of Peerless Donuts, and out of the Peerless Donuts comes his fist. They are whamming, whacking, and wailing on Luffy. Well, Luffy continues to block. And Dogtooth looks on and he says, "What happened, Straw Hat?" And the punches, they keep going on and on and on and on. And it looks like the scene has ended just like that. And Luffy is in the crater, and he gets punched a lot. And he has a swollen mark above his left eye. And Dogtooth says, "Just as was acknowledging your ability, you go and let me down like that." Oh, I think he's trying to peek into the future. There's a brief moment of silence, and then Luffy's thinking to himself, and it's like a flashback. And Luffy says, "I have a feeling I saw it in the flashback." And Luffy says, "Maybe I'm just seeing things, but..." And then Rayleigh says, back on the island of animals, he says, "Fine then, imagine them. Lengthening those imaginations will eventually lead towards observation hockey. Become unable to unconsciously perceive them." And Luffy says, "Unconsciously?" And Luffy gets up. He starts trembling a little bit. He gets up after the first time, receiving a major beating from Dogtooth. And he looks on, and Flambe says, he stood up again. Poof, what's he doing with those legs is? And it looks like Flambe is going somewhere. And she says, okay. And she thinks to herself once more. And she blows something at him. And she uses a move called Numbing Needle. And Luffy looks on and he starts to pant like, ha, ha, wheeze, wheeze. Oh. I'm having my back scratcher because I cannot reach my back. And Luffy, he closes his eyes. Oh, and he managed to duck out of the way. And Flambe says, what? He dodged it? My needles are completely soundless. And then she thinks to herself, but he's fallen down. And there's a noise going on, and Dogtooth notices. And one of the guys next to her, and he whispers, Lady Flambe, you'll find out. And Flambe said, but that monkey, his legs, teehee, his legs are trembling like those of a newborn deer. And one other person says, please, don't make us laugh. And Flambe looks on and she starts to laugh. He looks so lame and he's covered in blood. And he's weak, but he still stands up again and again. He trembles his way to his feet, gets hit and gets up, trembling again. And Dogtooth looks on Flambe. And Flambe says, Kia, brother's looking at me. And Flambe says, he's going to thank me. I got to get mentally ready for it as he's chewing on something. And one of the people says, Lord Dogtooth is coming this way. There's a rustling noise going on. And Dogtooth thinks to himself, I see, so that was you, Flambe. With those soundless blow darts of hers. She prevented him from being able to move his legs. Hold up. Oh my god. Alright, pardon the mini break, but I had to deal with some things, and hoping that things will be quiet for a while. Anyways, I'll take place from the top of chapter at page 10. Anyways, Flambe said, he's going to thank me. I got to get mentally ready for it. And she starts chewing on some food, and one of her underlings says, Lord Dogtooth is coming this way. As Dogtooth comes closer, there's a rustling noise going on, and Dogtooth thinks to himself, I see, so that was you, Flambe. With those soundless blow darts of hers, she prevented him from being able to move his legs. And Dogtooth says, in the middle of this tense battle, his fighting spirit snapped for a second. I knew something was strange, but... And Luffy tries to get up, and there's a trembling noise in his legs. So I think that was Flambe that was doing all that. That's not fair. But then again, it's kind of the same thing as Crocodile versus Luffy. Luffy used Crocodile used poison to paralyze Luffy, so Crocodile could defeat him. So this is essentially the same thing what Flambe is doing right now, paralyzing him just so that Dogtooth will be able to kill Luffy. And as Dogtooth thinks to himself, I took advantage of what I assumed was a mistake to stab his stomach and deal him a fatal blow. Do you really think I enjoy bleeding like that? Oh, so that's what happened. That's why Flambe was laughing at the end. It was her doing that. That Luffy legs was paralyzed. Anyways, one of her underlings looks on and he says, and he says, look, Lady Flambe, the baby deer is getting up again. And a bunch of other people start laughing. And then Flambe says, come on, don't make me laugh. And her underlings are looking on, and one of them says, his legs are trembling like a baby deer. Baby deer. Anyways, she opened up her arms, And she says, brother, as she continues to chew her food. And she thinks to herself, yes, brother, it was all my doing. I'm the most understanding and cute of all your sisters, right? The favorite of my perfect brother, the favorite of my perfect supreme brother is me. And he looks really pissed off. And Flambe says, brother. And Dogtooth says, the hell is so funny, you bastards. What the hell? What could happen? He stabbed himself with his own trident. Look at... And his blood went all over Flambe's face. And Luffy looks on and he says and the underlings starts yelling out, "Wah! Lord Dogtooth!" And he impales himself with his own spear. I'm like, what the hell is this? He coughs out a little bit of blood, and Dogtooth and Flambe notices, and Dogtooth says, "A fight between men." And Flambe looks on. He says, "A fight between men." He yells out, "Doesn't need your cheap backup!" And Flambe yells out, "Kiah!" And she somersaults backwards and hits herself into the wall. Holy shit. Oh my god, Dogtooth is scary as hell. Dogtooth said, "You want to laugh at that fool, then laugh at me too." Ha ha. And Flambe says, "Get away and don't touch me, you monster." Yeah, that hurt. And the underling says, "Hey, Lord Dogtooth, that face, is that a curse?" And Flambe looks on and he says, "Ha, ha." And Flambe says, "How lame." And the underlings said, "Right, disgusting." And Flambe said, "Ugh, gross, I got blood on me." And she says, "What the heck was that? You stabbed yourself? You can't be Brother Dogtooth." And the blood starts coming out his abs. There's a dripping noise. And Flambe says, "Your mouth opens all the way to the ears. You look like a gulper eel." Your mouth opens all the way to your ears. You look like a gulper ear. That's what she says. And the underlings look on. And he says, "Pa ha ha." And one of them thinks to himself, "Stop it, Lady Flambe. I can barely hold my laughter in." And she spits something at him. Looks like a wad of gum. Alright, anyways, he has a flashback, and this is not a sad scene. It's just like with Lady Pudding, but then again, this happened over 40 years back because Dogtooth is 48 years old. So like, looks like words can hurt well into your 40s. Like he's remembering this over 40 years back. Like, I'm 23 right now, so I wonder if I'm able to keep my memories from now, like 30 years later. I mean, I do have my videos, but it's good to have memories as well. Anyways, one of the kids says, "The Gulper Eel's back." Another person says, "Get away from him. He's strong as a monster too." And Dogtooth has a breath of air. Ugh. And Flambe says, "What the heck are you all doing? That monster's gonna get away." And Flambe says, "Take pictures of him. We need to show everyone that face." And the underlings look on, and one of them says, "Excuse me, just a moment." Hee hee hee. And another person says, "Just a moment." And those jackasses are all taking pictures of Lord Dogtooth. I hate those guys right now. Anyways, Flambe says, "I'll send it to everyone in the fan club, every island in Thailand. I'll send these across the country, across the whole country. How dare you get your dirty blood on and threaten a popular star like me?" And Lady Flambe says, "Perfect older brother, please. You're ugly. As your sister, I feel ashamed." And Lady Flambe says, "I won't forget this. Now I'm going for both of you." And Dogtooth says, my bad, I didn't notice her needle. I'm an idiot too. And Luffy says, there's no such thing as failures in the pirates fight. Ha, my fault for not being able to dodge it. Yeah, that's what Crocodile said to Luffy over 2 years back, and back in chapter 206. He said that he's about to use poison. He said there's no such thing as a fair fight. And Dogtooth says, the peanut gallery is getting pretty annoying, aren't they? And Luffy says they can't stand the heat. He has a grin on his face. And there was a black crackling noise. I mean, a black crackling visual going on. And I think Luffy is using his Conqueror's Haki. And the guys are all passing out from his Haki. All of them are yelling out in noise. Wait, oh my god, Dogtooth and Luffy are both using Conqueror's Haki. And Lady Flambe says, Conquerors, that monkey has it too? And she starts foaming at the mouth, and Dogtooth takes off his shirt, the biker attire shirt, and she falls down to the ground. Anyways, Dogtooth says, I can no longer look at you as someone beneath me. And Luffy says, I see, cool, thanks, but I'm still gonna win. So, that's the end of chapter 893. Hand to hand, man to man. That's the end of chapter 893. But yo, this is such a badass chapter. It was really epic. So that's the end.